Okay, so let's now get to applications of set. Applications of set using the Venn diagram. So here we are going to look at our two set problem, right? So let's look at the basic structure of the two set problem. So as the word suggests, two sets, so it means we have only two sets, right? So we have set A and set B, right? So there's a circle of set A, a circle of set B, right? And then everything is contained in what? In the universal set, right? So we have four distinct regions for any two set Venn diagram, right? For any two set Venn diagram there are four regions. So you have region 1, region 2, region 3, and then region 4, right? So let's explain, or let's look at what each region represents, right? So region 1 represents A only. Region 1 represents A only. Region 2 represents B only, right? Region 3 represents both A and B, that is A intersection B. Region 4 represents neither A nor B, or A union B or complement. And then our universal set is simply the summation of all the four regions. So region 1 plus region 2 plus region 3 plus region 4, right? And then usually you would find this expression either A or B, either A or B. So either A or B, simply you are going to add region 1 to region 2 then to region 3, meaning that region 4 must not be part, right? Yeah. So this is the basic structure of the two set problem. So let me explain it to you. Now this is a circle of A, right? The first circle you are seeing is a circle of A, and then this is a circle of B, right? This is a circle of B. Now you realize that the circle of A has been divided into two portions. So we have region 1 and then region 3. Now region 3, like we saw under intersection, is the intersection of both sets, right? So region 3 represents members that belong to both set A and set B, right? Now when you look at region 1 represents those who belong to set A only. So it means that any member you find here does not belong to set B. He is exclusively part of set A, but then it does not belong to set B. Similarly, when you pick region 2, any member in this region belongs to only B. So the member here has got nothing to do with set A, right? And then region 4, as you can see, it is outside the two circles. It is outside the two circles. So it means that though he is part of the universal set, but then he is not part of any of the what? He is not part of either of the two sets. That is why we call it neither. So it is not part of. He is neither part of set A nor set B. So it is neither A nor B, right? Okay, so let's look at it. Let's take an example and then solve. So we have an example here, a question here. So it says out of 400 students in a senior high school, 300 offer biology and 190 offer chemistry. If 70 offer neither chemistry nor biology, how many offer I, both biology and chemistry? And then I, at least one of the two subjects. Okay, so this is our question here. Now the first thing to do whenever you are given two sets problem, right, or a question that has to do with a Venn diagram, you have to denote your set, right? You have to denote your set. So the first thing we do is that we let our U be equal to the students in the school. Then we indicate the number of students in the school. So like we saw under the set notation, so N of U is equal to 400, right? And then we let V represent those who offer biology, and then the number of those who offer biology is 300. and then we let C represent those who offer chemistry. So N of C is 190. And then since we don't know the number of those who offer both subjects, we are going to use a variable, right? So here we use Y to represent those who offer both subjects. So afterwards we are going to plot the information on the Venn diagram, right? So just plot the information here on the Venn diagram. So as usual, we have our two circles, right? I have our two circles. Now the first thing to do is to insert your intersection, right? So we said Y represent those who offer both subjects. So we are going to place Y in the middle here, right? So we have B 300, C 190. So it means that the first circle is for biology, the second circle is for what? Is for chemistry. And then we indicate our universal set to be 400. And then in the question it says that 70 offer neither chemistry nor biology. So we are going to place the 70 outside the two circles here. Alright, so neither. Okay, so let me ask you this question. If this entire circle is 300 and this portion of the circle is Y, what will be left here? It is simply 300 minus Y, right? Because the entire circle of biology is the 300, but then part of the circle caters for those who offer both biology and chemistry. So if you want to find those who offer biology only, it is simply going to be 300 minus the Y. Right? So biology only is 300 minus Y. Similarly, this entire circle here is 190. So that is a circle for chemistry. So chemistry in general is 190. But then a portion of the circle caters for those offering chemistry and biology. So those who offer chemistry only is going to be 190 minus Y, right? So that is how you are going to represent the information on the Venn diagram. Right? Now let me say that even if the question does not demand you to represent the information on the Venn diagram, please do so. Right? It is a requirement. It is a major requirement. Right? So even if the question is silent on as to you drawing the Venn diagram or not, please draw it, right? Because it is going to help you to solve whatever question you're asked under that particular question, right? So here we are asked to find the number of students who offer both biology and chemistry. So obviously you know that Y represent those who offer both subjects, right? So we are just going to add up all the four regions and equate everything to your universal set. And we just saw that to get your universal set you have to add up the four regions. So region 1 plus region 2 plus region 3 plus region 4 must give us our universal set. So here we simply add up all the four regions. So we have 300 minus Y, okay, 300 minus Y plus Y plus 190 minus Y plus 70. Everything must be equal to the universal set of what? Of 400. Alright, so we are just going to find the value of Y. Right, so here clearly Y cancels Y, negative Y plus Y, it cancels out. So you are left with 300 plus 190 plus 70, and then we bring the 400 here, so minus 400 is equal to Y. Right, and when you solve it, you are going to get your Y to be equal to 160. So therefore 160 students offer both subjects. Right, as simple as that. Okay, let's look at the second question. How many offer at least one of the two subjects? Now whenever you ask this question, what they mean is that if you are to pick this student must either offer biology only, chemistry only, or both biology or chemistry. So it means that this student must not, you shouldn't ask this student what subject do you offer and then this student will say none or neither. This student must offer either one of biology or chemistry, right? So what this question is asking you to find is just add up the three regions. So add up everything in the circle, in the two circle. So add up region 1, region 2, and region 3. That's all. So it's simply going to be 300 minus y plus 190 minus y, right? So we saw that our y was what? Our y was 160, right? So it's just going to be 300 minus 160 plus 160 plus 190 minus 160. Alright, so 300 minus 160 plus 160. So the 160 will cancel the minus 160, leaving us with 300. So in fact, everything here is 300 plus 190 minus 160. Right, 190 minus 160 will give us 30. Right, so we add the 30 to the 300, and we are going to get 330. So 300 plus 190 minus 160, and the value is 330. Alright, so 330 students offer at least one subject. Now it is the same as if you are asked to find how many offer either biology or chemistry. It is the same thing, right? Good. Now, alternatively, you can just decide to subtract the neither from the universal set, and that will still give you the number of students who offer at least one of the two subjects, right? So we can also have 400 minus the 70, because the 70 offer neither of the two subjects, right? So you have 400 minus 70, and that is going to give us 330, right? So it is the same thing. So this is generally how to approach the two set problem. Okay, let's now move on to the three set problem. The three set problem. So as usual, we have three circles. We have three circles intersecting, right? So we have set A, set B, and set C. So I have labeled the regions here. So for three sets, we have 8 different regions. So we have region 1, region 2, region 3, region 4, region 5, region 6, region 7, and then region 8, right? So let's define each region. So region 1, as you can see, is A only, right? So members that belong to only set A. Region 2 is B only, members that belong to only set B, so B only, right? Region 3, members that belong to set C only, right? So C only. Now region 4 represent members that belong to all the three sets, right? So if you check region 4, you realize that it is a point where all the three circles meet, right? So you realize that circle A, circle B, and circle C, all these three circles intersect at region 4, right? And that connotes the members that belong to all the three sets, right? Now region 5 is members that belong to set A and set C only. Region 5 represents those that belong to set A and set C only, right? And then region 6 represent those who belong to set A and set B only. Please bear in mind it is only. Okay, it is only. Region 7 represent those who belong to set B and set C only, right? Region 8 represent those who belong to none of the three sets. None of the three sets. Let me explain region 5, region 6, and region 7 in detail. Okay, so now if I ask you to find the members that belong to set A and set B, right, that is both A and B. Now we are going to consider this oval shape here, this oval shape, okay, this oval shape, just as we saw with the two set problem. So this oval shape here represents members that belong to set A and set B, just A and B, right? So it presupposes that those who belong to set A and set B is 4 plus 6, but those who belong to A and B only, meaning that they don't offer C, or they don't belong to set C, it is 6. So 6 is A and B only, please take note of the word only. Take note of this word only. Okay, only. So 6 is A and B only. A and B in general is 4 plus 6, right? So the point where circle A and circle B intersect, that is A and B. But 6 is A and B only, meaning that they don't form part of C. Similarly, A and C is this region, this entire region. So 4 plus 5 is for A and C, right? 4 plus 5 is for A and C. But 5 alone is A and C only, meaning that circle B must not be part. So 5 is A and C only, this region. 7 is B and C only. So it means that 4 plus 7 is B and C in general. But then if you want those who offer B and C only without A, it is going to be only 7. So 7 is equal to B and C only. So if you want to get your universal set to just add up all the 8 regions. So region 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 will give you the universal set. Right, so let's take a look at a practical question. Okay, so it says that in a class of 120 students, 41 studied painting, 47 took music, and 42 took needlework. 14 students studied both painting and music. 15 took painting and needlework, and 19 took music and needlework, while 8 students studied all 3 subjects. Draw a Venn diagram to illustrate the above information and find the number of students who studied I, at least one subject, I, none of the subjects, I, exactly one subject. Alright, so as usual we are going to denote our set. So we let U represent the students in the school, and the number of the universal set is 120. Here I didn't write it, but then you have to write it in your books. Okay, yeah. And then we let P represent those who studied painting, right? And then the number of those who studied painting is 41, right? So here we have it. We let M represent those who study music, and the number of those who study music is what? Is 47. So that's what we have here. And then we let N represent those who study needlework, and then their number is 42, right? Okay. And then we let G represent those who studied none of the subjects. So one of the requirements we're given here is we have to find the number of students who studied none of the subjects. So we are going to represent it by a variable. So let's say G. Okay, G. Now bear in mind we were given the number of students who offer all the 3 subjects. Right, so we are not going to represent it by any variable. Right, so straight away we are going to write it in the middle here. So we are going to have our 3 circles. So circle P, circle M, and then circle N. So the circles represent the set, right? So this is set P, this second circle is set M, and then this circle below is what is for set N. So the first thing to do is indicate the number of students who offer all 3 subjects, and that will fall here, right in the center, right in the heart of the 3 sets, right? Okay, now let's look at something here. 14 students studied both painting and music. Please pay attention here. 14 students studied both painting and music. Don't interpret it as 14 students studied both painting and music only. So long as you are not seeing the word only, don't assume for the examiner. Okay, so it is 14 students studied both painting and music. Point blank. Period. So it means that when I come to P and M, this entire portion must be 14. Okay, this entire portion is 14, right? So this oval shape here must be 14. But then we know that 8 offer all the 3 subjects. So if this entire portion here is 14 and then here is 8, what will be here? Here is simply going to be 14 minus 8, and that is 6. I believe you are getting it. So that is how come you are seeing the 6 here, because 14 study painting and music. So it means that this region plus this region must give us 14. But then we know that this region is already 8. So how do we get this region? How do we get painting and music only? It is simply going to be 14 minus 8, and that is 6. Okay, let's move on. 15 took painting and needlework. So P and N. So it means that this entire oval, okay, this portion here must be 15. Alright, so this entire oval shape, the value of this portion is what? Is 15. But then 8 offer all 3 subjects. So this portion here is 8. So if this portion is 8, what will be this portion? This portion will simply be 15 minus 8, and that is 7. So those who offer painting and needlework only is 7. But those who offer painting and needlework in general is what? Is 15. That is 7 plus 8. So that is how come we had a 7 you are seeing here. Right? Let's move on. 19 took music and needlework. So when you look at the 2 circles, so this is a circle for music, this is a circle for needlework. So where they intersect, so this entire oval shape here is 19, but then this portion is 8. So what will be left here? 19 minus 8 is what? Is 11. So that's how come we had 11 here. Now how did we get the 20 here, the 22 here, and the 16 here? Now this entire circle is for painting, and from the question 41 studied painting. 41 studied painting. So if this entire circle is 41, and we know that this portion is 7, this portion is 8, this portion is 6, we can easily find this portion, that is painting only. So we just add up 7 to 8 to 6, right? So 7 plus 8 is 15, 15 plus 6 is 21. Then we just subtract the 21 from the 41, and that gives us 20, because obviously this region plus this region plus this region plus this region must add up to 41, because this entire circle is 41. But then it looks like this entire circle has been divided into 4 parts, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Since we know of 3 parts, we can find the remaining parts. So we add 7 to 8, 15, 15 plus 6, 21. Then we subtract it from the 41 and we get 20. So it means 20 offer painting only. 20 offer painting only. So that's how come we are seeing 20 here. Now let's come to the music only. So this entire circle here for music is 47. We know of the 3 portions, so it has been divided into 4, right? So we know of the 3 portions, so we know of 6, 8, 11. So we just add 6 to 8, we get 14. 14 plus 11, we are going to get what? 14 plus 11. So that gives us 25. Right, then we subtract the 25 from the 47, and that gives us a difference of 22. So 22 represents those who study music only. I believe you are getting it. Okay, now let's come to the 16 here. So this entire circle of needlework is what? Is 42. But then here is 7, here is 8, here is 11. So we just add up 7 to 8, we get 15. And then 15 plus 11, we get 26. Then we subtract the 26 from the 42 to get what? 16. So 42 minus 26, you can punch on your calculator, you get 16. So that's how come you are seeing 16 here. Right, so 16 offer needlework only. Right, so that is how we represent this particular information on the Venn diagram. I believe you've seen how we break everything down. Right, good. So now let's answer our question. Find the number of students who studied at least one subject. At least one subject. You can solve this question in two ways, just as we saw with the two sets, right? So whenever you hear at least one subject with three set problem, just add up everything in the three circles. That is all. Add up everything in the three circles, with the exception of what is outside here. So you're just going to add up region 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Right? So you're going to add 20 to 6 to 8 to 7 to 16 to 11 to 22. But then obviously you know that this entire circle is 41, right? So you can spare yourself of writing all these again, right? So you can simply start from 41, right? So this entire circle is 41, then plus 16, okay, 41 plus 16, and then plus 11, and then plus 22, right? So that gives us 90 in total. So 90 students study at least one subject. Let's move on to the second question. How many students studied none of the subjects? So none of the subjects. So we represented those who studied none of the subjects with the letter J. So what we are going to do is we are going to equate everything within this set to the universal set. Obviously, you know that everything within the three circles here added up to 90, right? So region 1 plus region 2 plus region 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 give us 90, right? So 90 plus J must give us what? Our universal set. So the 90 constitutes region 1 to region 7. So you just add up the region 8, right, which represent those who offer none of the three subjects, and that will give us, our universal set to be 120. So 90 plus J is equal to 120 here, right? So our J is simply equal to 120 minus 90, and that is what? That is 30. So 30 students studied none of the subjects. I believe you are following, right? Okay, let's go to the last question. Find the number of students who studied exactly one subject. Exactly one subject. So this is simple. So all that they're asking you to do is add up those who study painting only to those who study music only to those who study needlework only. So you're simply going to get 20. Okay, so 20 plus 22 plus 16, because 20 offer painting only, 22 offer music only, 16 offer needlework only. So the total of these three will be the number of students who offer exactly one subject, and the total is equal to 58, right? So 58 students study exactly one subject, right? So that is all for this question, right? And that is all about three sets problem. So you just have to know how to apply the information that you've been given on a Venn diagram, right? So irrespective of how the question is put, once you understand what each region represents, you should be able to solve it, right? Once you understand that this region is for painting only, this region is for needlework only, this region is for music only, this region in the middle is for all the three sets, right? All the three subjects. Here is for painting and music only, here is for painting and needlework only, here is for music and needlework only, here is none of the three subjects. See, once you have this understanding in mind, no matter what question you are given, you should be able to solve, right? Okay, so this is where we end session 1. This is where we end our discussion on set. So I believe everything went down well with you. So I will see you in the next session. Bye bye.